It's absolutely fine.
Cool. Are you okay if I record this for prosperity and put it on our website? Fantastic. Lovely stuff.
Hopefully my English won't suck, because in interviews, I actually can conversate in English, but if it comes to interviews, I always have a lack of words. So
don't worry about it at all. This is going to be really informal anyway. It's all good. So it's good to meet you. So this is Jason from BurningFist.co.uk, and I'm with Ahab today. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, that would be amazing. We'd just like to say hi to our readers.
Hello dear readers, my name is Cornelius. I'm the drummer of the doom band Ahab from Germany, and well, it's our second time in the UK this time, and it looks like it's going to be even more awesome than the first one.
Fantastic. So that was one of our questions that we were going to ask you, because this is only your second UK gig, which is incredible for us. So how do you guys find playing live at the moment then? Do you play a lot of gigs outside in Germany itself, or?
Yes, of course. Most gigs we play are in Germany, but we're in this. I cannot find the words, in this absolutely privileged position to be invited to places all over the world. We played even in Russia and Moscow.
Wow.
We played in Calgary some years ago, in Canada.
Incredible.
And stuff, and we played in Romania, in Greece, whatever. I still haven't got it. Even in German, it's hard for me to describe what I feel when we are invited to different to foreign countries and play there and find these absolutely nice people everywhere around. And
there's quite a big buzz about you guys playing here today at Damnation.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that were quite disappointed that you clashed with another band on the bill today.
Cannibal Corpse.
But I think things may be swaying in your favour at this point. So your reputation precedes you. That people are looking forward to seeing you play.
It's good to hear you telling me this, because Cannibal Corpse is a big rival, having them on a different stage. For me, I have seen them about 18 times, so it's okay not to see them tonight. But let's see how full the place will be when we're going to enter the stage.
Okay, so we've got some great questions from one of our writers today. So it says your music, of course, is inspired by the sea, and yet you live in the middle of Europe.
Yes, we're aware of that fact.
Yeah. So he's saying, should you be spending a spell in the North Sea on a fishing trawler, for instance, to gain more vibes and influence?
Probably this would be one of actually, this is one of the things I'm dreaming of, to have some time with the guys on a small boat on the sea with some guitars around and stuff. Yeah, if we can manage one day, probably this will be happening.
Fantastic.
But I have to admit, I think all four of us are kind of scared.
Oh,
of the sea.
Wow. Okay. Scared or inspired, for instance.
Yeah, this goes hand in hand, you know. We are, of course, if I'm on this huge, vast area where just water is around, and you have miles and miles of even more water below you with whatever creatures living there, and being so many miles offshore, and swimming is not an option, of course, and stuff. I always have that in mind, so I'm pretty scared about the sea.
Okay,
but
understandably.
On the other hand, of course, probably also, because of this fact, I love it so much, because it's scary. And the old sentence people say, we know much more about the universe around, about the moon or whatever, than we do about the seas we have on our own planet.
Yes.
This sentence also is it has a big meaning. It makes it now the lack of words thing is kicking in. It's inspiring. It's kick-starting your fantasy about what could be down there.
Indeed. I've long had a theory that if you ever needed to find any artificial or any alien life forms, it was always going to be in the sea. You just have to look at some of the creatures that are already there. If you ever need to see aliens, that's where they are. That's what I think. So yeah. So
probably many of them look like. The deeper you get, the more they look like
stranger they get,
not from this planet.
So, of course, that you use existing nautical literature and books as inspiration for your music. So, do you feel that your own music could perhaps influence new tales? So, either written books, for instance, or concept albums as such?
Can you mean that our music?
Your music is influenced already by written words of the sea, for instance. Moby Dick. Things like that.
The story.
So, do you think you could use your music to influence a book, for instance? So you guys write a book.
Other people influence other people for something.
Yes. Or you to write your own book about the sea, for instance, or tales of the sea.
I'm not a writer guy, but the funny thing is, this end of summer we played on the festival near Paris, France. It was called Fall of Summer, and we met a person. I forgot his name, but he actually is a writer. He writes poems, and he told me that he wrote poems listening to our music.
Wow.
And stuff. So. It has already happened.
Fantastic.
That must be. Probably can see that. It's goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Yeah,
it has happened.
That's amazing.
I can't say it so loud because I don't believe it. It's so great that we're 4 guys rehearsing in an old barn for 12 years now. And it's very far off my place, and we always meet for whole weekends to be able to. But we're just 4 normal guys, and our music is being listened worldwide, and we even inspire other people for their own art. That's a very big thing.
It's amazing.
Very, very huge thing.
Fantastic. So obviously, do you think that your inspirations may come from land-based creatures soon, or land-based events, or will you always look to the ocean for your inspiration and your song styles?
Well, you can never predict the future by 100% of certainty, but actually it's the sea.
It's always going to be
it's the sea stories and whatever, and if we don't find any story anymore, we watch about documentaries and many more, and then we create our own story or whatever. I don't know.
Fantastic.
I think Ahab is tied to the sea. The band name, of course.
Indeed. Yeah.
The biggest story. Unfortunately, we took it for our first album. I'd love to do Moby Dick with the next album or the next.
Cool. Fantastic.
Whatever. But we have done it, and it's awesome. Everything. Yeah. We will stick to the sea. It will always be the sea.
Oh, okay. So, do you see any crossover from the sea into the likes of like Lovecraftian doom, so like more mythical creatures, or do you think that sort of style of doom has always been overdone and overplayed?
Especially Lovecraft has been. Is the word used disrespectful?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Many bands used Lovecraft as an inspiration, so we'd love to, but it's not an option because so many bands did it before. But there are other fantastic stories, fantasy stories about the sea. Even our next album will be about a very fantastic story with strange creatures in. I don't think that I'm allowed to tell the name of the book, so I won't.
Oh, okay.
I would have to ask the guys over there, but you will see that. We are going to record soon. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that was going to come on to other questions, because The Giant, of course, was released some time ago now. So have you worked on new material? Are things ready to go? Or?
Yes, actually, we could not be here today, actually, if we would take it very serious, this point of stuff, because we're absolutely in the writing mode.
Right.
Last weekend we had a rehearsal weekend, and we've nearly finished another song for the next record. So soon we have enough songs for it.
Fantastic. So something soon then. So when you're looking to release the
plan is that the plan for the studio is about next Easter.
Okay.
2015, 2 weeks. We actually have to take this because all of us have some days off at that time, so we must use this to be in the studio at the same point, everybody of us, because I prefer not to being alone playing my stuff. I want to have the guys around, or probably record. I don't know how we're gonna do it, or probably play the bassist and me playing to recording live, or whatever. We will see, or maybe 3 of us playing together, record live. We will see what's coming out. We can decide very spontaneous, because our engineer and producer, he's the fucking mastermind of producing. He nearly breathe this music, so everybody can be decided 5 minutes before we start putting up the microphones and stuff. So we will see. But yes, I think definitely Easter will be. If it's not Easter, it would be slightly a catastrophe because we don't know when the next point of time would be when all of us have the time.
Brilliant. So, when you guys start to write music, then, and we sort of envisage like really epic jams in a smoky barn, like you said before, or a smoky room.
Oh yes, our rehearsal space is very, very smoky.
Oh really? Fantastic. So, do the songs form themselves with you guys just playing together, or do you always have a set vision of what you want to achieve before you get in there?
No. We don't have. We just. This is the reason why it took us. It always from Divinity of Oceans to The Giant. It was 3 years between the release, and this time will be the same, because we found out after we have finished one album, and we gave very, very much for these albums, much of creativity and stuff, and we just have to reload. And this works best if we just jam around.
Okay.
During the first year of just meeting and jamming and drinking and laughing and whatever, not caring about songs, just jamming, we always recorded stuff, but during the first year we mostly throw the stuff away.
Oh, right.
Because it's just some jams which are not so substantial and average riffs and stuff. It happens, it's fun and stuff. The second year we keep riffs.
Okay.
This time it was like we have jams, 3 of us, 2 of us, 4 of us, whatever. Sometimes we always recorded the jams, and there are many riffs we now took to form songs of.
Right.
And then in the third year, it's just 6, 7, 8 months of writing, and then recording, and then releasing.
Wow.
We form the stuff. We take those riffs. Maybe we need another interlude between riffs. Whatever. We start composing, putting it together.
Brilliant. So you record everything that you jam together, then, and then you look
always
review it afterwards and see which
the fucking
works.
Computer is not broken as it is at the moment. This fucking asshole. We have to record the stuff via iPhones, and this is obvious.
Right.
Very.
Because it can't pick up the fidelity.
It's just too loud for that one. We have microphones in front of everything. We just it's our room, so we can leave everything as it is. I have microphones on my drum set, and often I have not interface, the other word sequencer on my laptop. And when I'm on my way home after a weekend of rehearsing, I mix the stuff, and when I'm home I put it in the Dropbox. Hey everybody, here's the stuff we played.
Amazing. So is that quick a turnaround? As soon as you recorded, everybody gets a copy.
Of course, that it stays in your mind, that you're that you're on the stuff, still on the stuff, and that you can decide, no, that riff sucks, it's too average. This one probably can be. I cut it here, throw first part away and keep that riff.
Wow.
So I have that riff. So
fantastic.
I can listen to it, and then at home I can jam, and in the next rehearsal, hey guys, you remember the riff, huh? Everybody does?
Yeah.
I have something that might be the follow-up riff.
Fantastic.
How do you like it? Let's try that.
Brilliant.
It works like this.
Fantastic. So it's a very organic process then?
Very.
Very. Fantastic. So obviously your sound is very, it's very sort of traditional, very old school sound, so in the way that you record. So is there any more of a sort of temptation to add any like orchestration or nothing?
No. These guys, they bought so many effect pedals. The fucking boards weigh about tons to carry around. It's enough. We don't need any orchestration. We have these guitars and the bassist who also has a big effect rack. This is enough.
That's enough
no
for you guys.
Orchestration.
Fantastic.
And sometimes it sounds very complex, but on the other hand, we want to keep it like it's absolutely possible to play it live. Everything of it.
Absolutely.
Everything of it. So no orchestration.
Fantastic. So there's a great blend of light and shade and heavy and mellow within your music. So is there ever it seems that a lot of progressive bands, for instance, like Neurosis, tend to go to the more mellower edge of their music as time progresses. Are you always looking to maintain the very sort of funeral doom element of the music, as heavy as possible, as slow as possible, or do you ever feel the need to make it a little lighter, or is there any onus to change?
No, there's no, we don't feel a need. Sometimes, not in a general way, seen probably in a particular song. We have that riff. I think, for my taste, the atmosphere would need that after this part comes another riff which is more mellow, or now it has to become heavy at this point, like this. But no, we never try to write an especially heavy riff or something like this. It just happens. We write it, and I don't think that we're, what you just said, some. Are you observing me if I give the right answers, dear Captain? Or what is this? Is this an attempt to hear?
No, go on, my dear.
But why don't you want to sit down?
No, I just...
Drink some alcohol and sit down, my dear. No. Where were we?
About bringing light and shade and elements to the music.
What you just mentioned, some bands tend to get mellow. I think this time it will be a little heavier than the Giant, I think.
Oh wow, okay.
I won't tell you too much, of course. That's it. But I think I don't know. It always turns out in the end what it is in as a whole thing. But I have the feeling this might be a
huge beast.
Yeah,
a huge beast.
A beastier beast this time.
Wow, okay. So, are there any elements of your live stage setup at all that are important to the atmosphere of your music? Especially when you're playing live, is there anything that you need to create the atmosphere on stage with you, or is it just you guys? Let's go.
Mainly, of course, we have a backdrop, and sometimes I don't know if we brought. No, we didn't bring them this time. 2 of these stands with an anchor and the fish on them. And of course, it's nice if you have a great light show. If there's a light technician who knows what to do. Of course, it's nice. And I like a fog machine. I absolutely like a fog machine, but. That's it. Rock and roll thing. Pretty every rock and roll band does it like this. No, and we don't. I for myself, I don't want to add anything. Maybe if it's possible in a place to have something like a Beamer show with weird stuff going on. Maybe we sometimes talked about it, but obviously it hasn't become real yet. Maybe something like this, but on the other hand, I want to play rock music and I don't want to have a stupid show.
You don't want a distraction. You want to focus on you guys.
Yes, no, not on us, on the music.
Okay.
We are a rock band and that's it.
Okay. So of course we're at Damnation today. So it's their 10th anniversary. So what we're asking all the bands, the same 3 questions. So are there any bands, of course, that you're looking to try and catch today while playing live? Is there anybody that you're looking forward to seeing throughout the day? Any bands that you're going to hope to catch?
A band from Wales, which I just saw 2 weeks ago near the place I live, called Hark.
Yes.
Very awesome band, nice people. Especially
I've come from Wales today myself.
Yes, I have. Especially Jim Bob, he's a very, very nice guy.
Yep.
Funny thing here, I asked him, how does it come that the Welsh guy has probably most Texanian name I ever heard? Jim Bob. And then he told me, my name's James Robert. Oh, okay, here we go. Hark and Monarch?
Yes, Monarch.
Monarch, I really adore Monarch. And then, yes, I've seen them several times, but it's obvious that if you're in Britain once, you have to watch Bolt Thrower.
Absolutely.
Bolt Thrower. I'm not the biggest fan of Bolt Thrower, but I think this is a very, very sympathetic band. I like the punk attitude.
Yep.
That they're clearly, that they're punks, fucking punks.
Yeah.
I like it.
Awesome.
And wait. See if I missed anything. Of course, St. Vitus.
Of course, St. Vitus.
I think it's not possible, but our friends in Fenn also are playing, but I think
course,
it's not possible to watch them because they start 5 minutes after our gig.
They do indeed.
Oh, they
Yes.
play longer than 1 hour, so maybe it's possible.
Maybe catch the end of it, perhaps. Okay, cool. So, again, because we're at Damnation, we're asking all the same questions to every band that we interview today. So, picture the scene. You have been damned. You are in Damnation, and you only have one final meal that you can choose. One album, one book, and one film. What would they be? Before you are condemned to die.
Just one meal to eat, one album
meal
to listen to, and one book to read.
Yes, one film also.
One film. Which start with this? Which film would it be? Probably, if I have to die, I should be doing the opposite. It would be Guest House Paradiso.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You pronounce it right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. One of my or something from Monty Python.
Oh,
probably.
okay. Good call. Good choice.
I don't know, something.
Okay.
It's
Something
either Monty
light-hearted.
Python or, yes, something to laugh about.
Fantastic.
Then to listen to?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it Pink Floyd or Black Sabbath?
Oh.
Then probably Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
Okay.
Probably my most favorite album of all time.
Fantastic.
Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
This is good. This is good. One book. One choice of book.
Not the Bible. Oh, this is a heavy one.
This is a deep
I guess a book from a German author.
Okay.
Who just had one of his books, but it just happened recently, translated into English. He's called Walter Mörs.
Okay.
A German author. He has especially 3 books he wrote. I of course don't know just one was translated, but I don't know the English title.
Okay, no problem.
And he's a writer. He shits fantasy.
Wow.
On every page there's something you can think about. How could you imagine things like these writing there? He's the most. He writes pictures, images.
Oh wow,
he
that
draws.
sounds really good. Yeah.
Hopefully they're translated well, and all of them will be translated so you can read them too. Or I just had one in my mind, but it left probably White Line Fever from Lemmy.
All right.
Or
Keeping it rock and roll.
Hitchhiking the Galaxy.
Yeah.
This is 3. I would have to think too long about one of these. No, it will be White Line Fever.
Lovely stuff. Keeping it rock and roll for that.
Yes.
Anyway, cool. Okay, thank you very, very much for spending your time. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our readers at all?
Yes, one important thing. When we are going to release our album, probably in late summer next year or in early autumn, we plan tours and we want to play more UK gigs. If anybody hears that, who probably books shows or something like this, we'd love to see more of Great Britain's stages.
Lovely. Let's make sure that this happens then for you guys. Really appreciate your time today. Really good. Have a fantastic day at Damnation and can't wait to see you play off. Great stuff. Look forward to seeing you play live later on as well. So thank you very much.
Thanks for your interest. Thank you for everybody reading this.
Thank you very much.